So we have our final midweek fixtures of the Scottish Premiership this season, and it is the penultimate match day as well before we have our finalised league positions for everybody. And as you can see, we have our clubs battling for third place and our clubs battling for survival on screen at the moment between HIBS, Dundee United and Aberdeen for third place, and Dundee, Ross County and St Johnstone for that battle for survival. Of course, in both cases, both the Dundee sides in particular, Dundee United and Dundee appearing to be the furthest away from not surviving, and Dundee United appearing to be the furthest away from third. Least likely scenarios being the case as it stands, and some teams will be relying on one of the two Dundee sides making sure they remain in the positions that they're in at the moment come the end of the match day to give them the best possible chance as well. But without further ado, let's get into the predictions for the Scottish Premiership match day 37 fixtures. On to our first fixture between Motherwell and Kilmarnock. Derek McInnes's penultimate game as Kilmarnock manager, as was announced today officially. Derek McInnes confirmed that he'll be taking over Hearts next season, but he will be remaining in charge of Kilmarnock for the remainder of the season. So we have Kilmarnock against Motherwell in this case. Both teams are safe, so there's not anything to play for either of them. A higher league finish, I suppose, but in this case, Kilmarnock players may be wanting to put on a performance to impress whoever the new manager is coming in, or impress Derek McInnes enough to make them want to be taken to Hearts as well. Motherwell, it might just be a feel-out process with them to see who they're going to keep for next season as well. Given the fact that it's away from home, I am going to back Motherwell to win, or Kilmarnock are away from home and their record away from home is not great. I'm going to back Motherwell to win this game 2-0. Big game for one side, a bit of a bounce game for the other, so that may result in something happening in this game instead. St Johnstone, of course, last game day at the weekend, did beat Ross County and have kept their hopes alive, but they do need to win the two remaining games as well, including this one against Hearts, who have had the new manager bounce, if you like, since Liam Fox came in their past couple of games. But now that they're safe in St Johnstone, have something to play for, and Hearts, I suppose, do as well. They'll again be looking to impress Derek McInnes or impress other clubs to see if they're going to be getting a new contract elsewhere. Lawrence Shanklin's situation, whether he stays at Hearts or goes elsewhere, remains to be seen. But I do believe St Johnstone will pick something up from this game. They are the only team with something to play for in this game, and I think they will come away 2-1 victors. Massive game in terms of the survival of not just Dundee, Ross County, but St Johnstone as well. St Johnstone need Dundee to come away the winners here, realistically, to give them the best possible chance of survival, I would say. It wouldn't be the end of the world if that didn't happen, but that's what they need to happen, and I do think it will happen. I think Dundee will come away 2-1 winners in this game, and Simon Murray will come back to haunt his old employers in that case, with Ross County taking their chances of survival into the final day of the season at the weekend, along with St Johnstone. But a win for Dundee will see them safe from the relegation spots. On to our first fixture in the top six, we have Rangers versus Dundee United. Rangers finally got rid of the hoodoo of the Ibrox curse at the weekend. We're smashing Aberdeen 4-0. I didn't do a match reaction to it because I watched the first half and it was so terrible that I didn't want to watch the second half. And then that was the wrong decision because the second half was full of goals. But the first half was one of the worst halves of football that I've seen this season, and I didn't want to put myself through watching that second half. But it seems like things changed in the second half. Dundee United, of course, they just haven't got going after the post-split fixtures, and this is a fixture that, of course, has a bit of animosity behind it because of the whole thing with Dundee United voting Rangers down back in the day. Rangers, of course, are rumoured to be getting Ancelotti's son in as manager, so a similar situation. They might want to play to keep themselves in contention for next season. Some of the players might just want to leave, in fairness. However, I am going to back Rangers to get back-to-back home wins here, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Rangers win. Dundee United do need to win to keep their third place hopes alive, but more than that, they need to pick up a win just to make sure that the fifth place guaranteed European qualifiers at least is safe from a resurgent St Mirren, it seems. So unfortunately for Dundee United, though, I don't think they're going to pick that up tomorrow night, and I think it is going to be a Rangers win. 2-1 we'll go for at Ibrox. On to a massive game for both sides. A win for Hibs, you would imagine, would all but seal the deal, if not actually seal the deal, with the way that results could go tomorrow. And a win for St Mirren keeps their European hopes alive. Anything less than a win for St Mirren and their season is officially over. Credit to St Mirren. I thought the team that got 6th place were just going to be floundering about for the remainder of the season, but they've done really well post-split. They maybe even should have been doing even better. They arguably could have beat Rangers when they came to town, and it never ended up happening. Hibs, of course, lost to Celtic at the weekend, but they got away with a free hit, with Aberdeen not capitalising when they lost to Rangers, and they'll be looking to put the final nail in the coffin for Aberdeen and Dundee United in the fixture tomorrow night, and I'm going to back this one to be a draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. And on to the late kickoff tomorrow night. They're all late kickoffs, but the later kickoff up in Aberdeen at Pittodrie. The game on TV. I will be watching and reacting to it. Celtic, of course, nothing to play for apart from a bit of momentum going into the cup final. Of course, this is their cup final opponents, but it might be a very different team that Celtic field in the cup final compared to the game tomorrow night, although they did field a relatively strong 11 against Hibs. Kasper Schmeichel's return, for example, as well. Aberdeen, this is their last hurrah at trying to secure third place in the next couple of games, although a Scottish Cup win would, of course, secure that guaranteed group stage football. They'll also want to lay down a marker for the cup final if possible as well. If Celtic do win this game comfortably, I think Aberdeen will go into the cup final with not a great deal of confidence, in fairness, so Celtic might want to do that. I think Aberdeen's confidence might have been shook after the result at Ibrox at the weekend as well. I am going to go, though, for a 3-0 Celtic win in this case, and that will lay down the marker for the cup final too. That's going to do it for this weekend, or this midweek, fixtures predictions for tomorrow night. Thank you very much as well, because we have passed 1,000 subscribers on the channel yesterday, and we also passed 1.1k subscribers yesterday as well. So thank you very, very much for that being the case. I never set a subscriber goal when I went out to do this. I just wanted to upload videos of stuff that I liked, and even though these videos, with it winding down to the end of the season, are getting less views because of the fact that, you know, there's not as much to play for, doesn't matter to me. I'm going to keep uploading what I want to upload. I'll be uploading an SPFL RTG episode this week as well, with the rumours of SPFL players being in the rest of Europe team this season. If that's something that you would maybe be interested in, check out the other content on the channel as well. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.